I also noticed a similarity between the Symphony's mom and stepfather, that how that relationship turned out, and then the relationship with Symphony and Tony.
Okay, talk about it, sis.
You,
What you want to know?
so was that on purpose, that the way the book came full circle with Tony's involvement with a drug addict the same way?
So listen to this. He wasn't involved with her. He was just sleeping with her. She was just like some cheap little whore in the
Well,
street to
that's
give
an
him. Well,
that's
you know
an
what I mean. Like,
entanglement.
yeah, but it's just a hotel entanglement. They ain't going to the movies, out to eat dinner, traveling the world and stuff like that. But I know what you mean. So yeah, because really, I just look at it as God used that to get Symphony out of that situation.
Hmm.
That's really how I look at it, because she needed a final straw. She needed something. And when she looked at that girl that looked like her name had disease written all over, she was like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
yeah,
I'm not going to deal with this crap. You know,
yeah.
like the girl just looked like death. Like, God forgive me. But you just look at
Hmm.
somebody and say, you mess with somebody, she messing with you, out of here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she looked like a cokehead. She just looked like, coke, crack. I don't care whatever you do. It's all drugs. But I'm
Right.
just saying, she looked bad. She looked horrible.
Hmm.
And the fact that it just was a wake up call, like, I guess Symphony kind of knew that you doing this, you doing that. But that was just, that was too much. She was horrible.
Right, and that's the same, like I said, with Symphony's
But Symphony's mom was already gone.
right.
Symphony's mom was already in another state
Hmm.
when he took up that company,
Right, right, okay.
And
And
when
it
I
just
say
like if
crackhead, I say that's my term of endearment for her. That's my term of endearment, because I'm just pissed that you even came in this situation. So she may have been doing coke. I don't know what she did, but you're still a drug addict if you're doing
right.
drugs. You get it?
Yeah, but at
Okay.
that time it didn't matter. It was all
Crack
crackheads.
kills. There
They're
you
dope
go.
heads. We didn't differentiate. It was just
There you go.
they were all crackheads. As far as once you did drugs,
You a crackhead.
you a
Everybody.
crackhead. That's it. That's it. But it just I just wow, it's full circle, and that parallel life that
Never say
Symphony led,
never.
that right.
Never say never.
Hmm.
When you see a man, throwing a plate of food because he doesn't have gravy, and then you go, oh, I'll never do something. I'll never date somebody like that. What kind of
Hmm.
madness is that? And then you turn around 20, 30 years, you could say that's still a generational curse that needs to be broken,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, I also noticed that it was like Symphony seemed to have like a fear of being a single mother. So was that part of the reason why she stayed in the relationship so long, or you had the character stay in the relationship so long? It just felt like that was the worst thing to be. Like that's the vibe that I got from the book. Being a single mother was the worst thing to be.
I could relate to that very much
Hmm.
because, nobody, it depends on your upbringing.
Hmm.
Everybody in my family was married, and I don't ever, I've seen wonderful single mothers do it by themselves. I know people that wanted to be a single mother, but I grew up in a house with my parents, you understand? And I
Hmm.
know what it's like to get your good night hugs from mommy and daddy, get a book read, family time, family meetings, just having that. And so it's not that it was the worst thing or something but it's not something you wanted for your
Right.
children. You
Right.
understand? Because it's something that once it is, you can't replace that. You can't get it back. You could watch all the Cosby shows you want to. You're not gonna have that. They don't get
But
that.
Tony didn't seem like to read a book to the children
Exactly.
type of.
Well, Tony did. I would say no. Tony was a blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster?
Oh my goodness.
Go get 20 Blockbuster movies, get 5 for the kids, and let them watch it in a VCR,
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
That kind of thing. But
Okay.
so it makes me laugh because no, you could force it on him. And I
Uh-huh.
think that was what intrigued Tony with Symphony,
Okay.
because she introduced him to things he never did. You understand what
Oh,
I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
you can get somebody like that.
right.
You introduce them to something, babe, go read them a book. Go,
Mm-hmm.
so you're right though. But it is and I was a single mother, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not something you want to be. You don't make love to somebody, have babies, and want to be a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's raise these kids together.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I am a single mother, you could be a single mother and you be a single father, and you still do your part and I do my part.
Right,
Because I can be a single mother. We don't have to be together,
right.
but do your part. And I mean, Symphony was single where he didn't want to do his part. He felt like, if I'm not sleeping with you, if I don't have no right to the skins, I'm not going to take care of my children. And that's just blatantly rude. And I know for a fact this character, she did stay, because it was, come on, you got these kids need you. But in this story, Symphony leaves before he could even have a handle on the second child. She was out quick.
Okay.
So it was more like trying to stay so the son could have his
Mm-hmm.
dad.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Your hair's beautiful, by the way. Can I tell you that? Really,
Thank
really pretty.
you. Thank you. I also recognize in the book that he was Tony was really disturbed
Oh,
by
Jesus, girl. Get him a pill. Sick. Mentally ill.
Symphony's personality, like her
Jealous.
friendly. Yeah, like he was really jealous of the fact that Symphony seemed like a social butterfly, and people were drawn to her, and he just didn't like that.
It's
Like
true.
it made him
Jealous.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, when you don't deserve somebody,
Yeah.
and if the right person passes their path, they're gonna take them away from you right away.
Right.
That's also a part of that. He was just.
Oh.
I'm sure you read the part where he came and busted her lunchroom at work.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Let's talk about that. It's like, let's talk about that scene.
So you want me to reenact it?
It was crazy, and when you describe it, and it was very descriptive, like where the break room was located.
Just like this.
Located in the
Upstairs
job
of the
upstairs.
grocery store.
Like he had to just go in and
That's when
maneuver
you do
around.
whatever you want to do when a sign says employees only.
Yeah, and like he just didn't care. and
Somebody
he
said,
just-
"Can I help you? Can I?" No, he worked there. He does whatever he wants to do.
Wow.
And just comes busting in, and the poor young guy is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
But was it scary?
Scary.
Was it-
Scary? That's what you call it? I was like, open up the hole in the ground. I want to die right now. This is so embarrassing. Years later, you could laugh because you never know that somebody can be so insane.
Right.
And it's like, what is wrong with you?
Right.
You can laugh now. But back then, it was embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
So it was more
Symphony-
embarrassing than scary.
Both.
Okay.
And Symphony used to work at a furniture store. And in the furniture store had glass windows. And the glass windows, he would drive by. So you could just be sitting in one of the chairs waiting to sell furniture. And look who's driving by looking at you to say,
What did this man do for a living? Because he just had a whole lot of free time.
what is that Erykah Badu song again? Working honest, but it pays the bills. Sorry. Okay. He would do better in this time because everything is about to be legalized.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Another thing is Tony also gets involved with a young girl.
Go ahead.
What is it with these male characters and these young girls and these little girls?
They want to put that chip in your back, honey. If they could train you how to do everything, you're going to stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a training mechanism. It's a lot. It's a lot, sis. If I get you while you're young, you don't have a father at home. In her case, remember, she didn't have a mother or father.
Oh, right.
She's living with her grandmother, so there's a huge age difference,
Mm-hmm.
And Symphony's apologized to her since then.
For kicking her ass?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Sorry. I really want to see her. But, it's serious. Because you were young, you were dumb. And I wasn't that ghetto chick. I was not that ghetto chick, but I had a ghetto
I would love to see the movie version of this book. I would love to see the movie version.
I want to see. I do too. Please tell Tyler. Talk to my manager, Crystal. She'll make it happen.
Yeah, make it you could start with a YouTube series.
Talk to her. I'm waiting for her. Talk to my brother.
Is she gonna join us?
We'd love her to. Come on over, Crystal. We'd love to have you.
And yeah, I would love to see this actually. Yeah, YouTube something movie.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah.
We need it. It is.
I
tried to put something in every chapter that will pop, something that will excite people. So
that was a conscious
We're trying
decision.
to get it out. So we're trying to get it to every we're trying to get it to a few people, see what they say, see what they'll do. That would be very nice.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna call you in to play the part. Would you be Symphony for us, girl? Would
Me
you put on
too.
them? Would you put on them in action?
I think I'm a little bit too old to play Symphony.
Well, makeup will do wonders. You'll be able to do it, girl.
Thank you. But no, this would be a really really good book to see on the big screen, because like I said, it's so relatable to every young woman. And I felt like I was Symphony. I connected to that character. Like I said, even the male characters, I felt like, I knew some of them along the way. And which one was it?
I have
I
to
think
ask you
at the,
what was your favorite. What did you relate to most? This is your interview, but I have to know what did you relate to most?
the entire journey,
Wow.
because like and I must say, like, that's why, like, with my notes, that the sexual misconduct, because I know what that's like, and
Okay.
the making of the excuses and
With the
try
guy from the fraternity.
how wait, somebody told you something?
Wait, no, because the reason no, I'm asking because I just think that's such a familiar on a college campus,
Yeah, yeah.
college campus, and then it's like you just put it under the rug.
Hmm.
You put it under the rug because what's significant about your story that the next person's story, and then I think like you see it on Law and Order all the time, like certain points they look for, and they make you the victim, they make
Hmm.
you the criminal.
Right,
You go and you
right,
complain, and then it's like, well, what did you? Well, why were you there at 11 o'clock? Why were you
right.
there at 6 o'clock? Why did
Because you
you?
trusted them,
That's
and
it.
you wouldn't think that they would betray you in the ways.
It
Because I've
is.
done shows on sexual misconduct and consent, and how that can be misinterpreted. And
Yes.
even young girls don't have any understanding, but grown women
Yes.
don't have any understanding, and grown men don't have any understanding. And when I did that show, it's like I told you, I did, I do notes for, all my shows. It was like 12 pages, because
Wow.
when I sat down with the people, the co-hosts, I wanted them to know the different penal codes when it comes to
Excellent.
rape and sexual misconduct, and what's illegal from, and how everything is. Because so when you have that conversation, it's coming from a place of understanding. And this, you'll be surprised how some really don't know. And that's why when I'm reading all of this, and I said, "Ah, Symphony makes so much excuses."
Did you
And
know though that it wasn't an excuse when she said, I had slept at his house all these times. And
Mhm.
so she just felt like in his mind, he probably felt she owed me this.
Right,
You get what I'm trying to
right.
say?
But
Because
when
he
when it's
probably
not
felt
a
like
it's
you
not a
spent the night
judgment.
50 times, you spent the 50 nights here and you never even kissed me.
Hmm.
So that was her reason for going back because she feels, oh, you
Hmm.
like my brother, you're not going to try anything with me. And then he feels like, oh, you didn't, but now he's got this new thing. He belongs to this fancy organization. They don't
Uh-huh.
sleep in a bed with a woman and not get nothing. So
Right,
it
right.
was more like because if
Hmm.
I'm used to going to your house and we always eat cookies and drink milk and have a la 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 conversation, I'm thinking the 60th time I come to your house, we're gonna talk la la la, have our conversation. I don't know that because you have this stamp on you that I'm not gonna say that now all of a sudden,
Hmm.
oh, we're not having milk and cookies today. This
Mm-mm.
is another day.
Now you the milk and cookies.
Now I'm the milk
Now you the
and
milk
then
and
people are
cookies.
in the living room.
Uh-huh.
So you're thinking, okay, well, there's no way nobody could try anything with people in the living room, right?
Uh-huh.
But then a person like that, if they do this consecutively all the time, we're in a very prominent, fancy neighborhood.
Right.
All of this is like, so no, they wouldn't want to lose their scholarship. They're not
Right.
gonna, no, not way possible. So I'm thinking we're gonna do what we always do. We just gonna come, we're gonna chill. So
Yeah. No, and when I say that Symphony made excuses, it's not a judgment. It's just the reality of it, because a lot of women do make excuses for, what, well, maybe I did send the wrong message, or maybe,
maybe I shouldn't have even went.
right. Yeah, and we blame ourselves
Right,
on, on some level. So that's why I said this book is so real.
right.
And and I connect to a lot of things in it. But besides the sexual, there was also physical abuse that Symphony went through
Which
with
could have.
hmm
Definitely.
with the stepfather. I think there was also like a family member, like an uncle or something, that that I guess she got beaten for the Prince and
Oh
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
Well, no, she deserved that. She no. Let me tell you why. Because she stole, and I
Hmm.
believe in beating kids behind. I don't believe in this crap where you put them in timeout. No, I beat. I
Hmm.
beat. That's why none of my siblings been to jail. I just
Hmm.
think it's a certain
Right.
We don't
Or
believe in spoil. No, we don't
uh-huh.
believe in spare the rod, spoil the child. It's just a
Hmm.
certain way you do it. It's age appropriate. Do I
Right.
spank your little fingers? Do I hit your little hiney? I don't believe in tying no kid to no bed. That's just crazy and damn psychotic. Your ass
Right.
should have been arrested. That's
Hmm.
it. But I do believe in discipline because you know, I went in my uncle's house and stolen records. You needed to
Hmm.
get your behind beat. You do. I stole them and then try to put them back. Like you need, I never stole out that house again. You understand what I mean? And that was Prince and Michael Jackson. Come on. You remember the words used to come on the album cover? Well,
Yes.
I wanted to go downstairs and listen to the words on the cover and I wanted to read it because I used to know all the songs and I wanted to read and make sure I was saying the right words.
Okay.
And then I snuck back in the house and slipped them in. He already knew they was gone.
Hmm.
So,
Of course,
and
it's
he
Prince
gave
and Michael Jackson.
there you go. And he gave me a reasonable. It was nothing even. I don't even remember how it felt. And he never ever gave me a spanking in his life. So I
Hmm.
knew she deserved that. If my kids would have did that, they would have got a
Hmm.
foot in their back. No, I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
I'm
But
no. Michael Jackson and Prince, and they both dead. No, I'm joking. But,
but sidebar:
go ahead.
Prince or Michael Jackson? Which one you pick? Prince or Michael Jackson? Who's better? Who's your favorite?
Am I walking in the park? Am I having sex?
No, I said if you had to pick between Prince and
You got to
Michael, as
tell me,
far as
is
the
it nighttime
music,
or daytime?
is it?
If it's nighttime, Prince. If it's daytime, Michael Jackson. Sorry.
What's the difference between the nighttime or the daytime?
Scandalous. No.
Oh, okay, okay. No, you're right. You're right.
Sorry, I'm joking.
Well, no, I love Prince more than I love Michael
You
Jackson.
gotta forgive me. I almost fell in love a few weeks ago. So that's Prince. I would go with Prince. I'd go with Prince right now. Let's say Prince. Let's say Prince.
Okay, no, I'm just asking. I always ask anybody who loves music, who do they prefer, Prince or Michael Jackson? But since Symphony stole
I need to
Prince
put
and
this
Michael,
Moscato down.
no, that's why it's here because
You
this
just want me to
brings
keep talking,
because
right?
right this brings the conversation
Okay.
out. Okay,
Don't drink no more. Rather, she said you gotta take this away. This is Communion Sunday.
so what all do you really want your readers to just get from this book when they're reading it? What do you want them to feel when they're reading this book?
When they're reading this book, of course, like you and many others I've heard, I want them to relate to it.
Hmm.
I want them to remember that you are not perfect and our journey is never perfect. But take those moments that you've been through and use it to heal yourself and to heal others, not to beat people up. Forgive yourself and forgive others because sometimes you want to harbor. It hurts, it
Hmm.
hurts.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
look back at situations and they hurt. And it's like, did this person do this to me? Did I allow this person to do this to me? And like you said earlier, where were the people that were supposed to protect me during this time? You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes the people that's supposed to protect you, they've never been protected. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I also learned that hurt people,
Hmm.
and we don't know everybody's story. I've learned, and I want people to see that there is such a thing that somebody can hurt you and you can still love them, and take what people may say was meant to destroy you
Hmm.
and heal somebody else. I've never met a stranger. When I told you that in the beginning, I don't meet strangers. I could meet somebody outside and just God has blessed me with the gift to talk to them on the spot.
Hmm.
And I will share something out this book, just something I saw last week or a
Hmm.
month. And I thank God that if you keep it to yourself, then nobody is going to know. But you have to have enough discernment to know, does she need to hear this story? This may not be the story for you.
Right.
But take those things that I went through, take those things you went through. You may not write a book. You just might be at work one day and somebody's having a bad day and you're able to share your story. I just want people to know that your story is important.
Hmm.
Not, if I knew then, very important. Please go on Amazon and get your copy. But
Yes, absolutely.
I want people to know that your story and what you've been through, there is a reason and there
Hmm.
is healing in exposure. I
Hmm.
really believe there's healing in
I agree.
exposure.
I agree.
Hiding it, putting it under, oh, this never happened. One day I was with a young lady and she was thinking of contemplating an abortion. It was like 30 of us just sitting at her grandmother's house. And it was just a regular, we in the 90s. She's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. I don't like this dude. I'm about to kill this baby. I'm going to get it out. And the oldest lady in the house group was like, no, don't do that. I had an abortion and I'm still dealing with it 30 years later. That thing, I don't get frozen. And I was like, okay, what the hell just happened here? But the lady kept her baby after that. And I just said, imagine if she never said that. And every time I see that child, I say to myself, thank you, Jesus. Because we have to stop saying, it's like when people get saved and they go to church.
Mm-hmm.
You might have been a whore running the streets, sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry. You might have been a robber. You might have been a rapist. You might have been a thief. You might have been just a whore, whatever you've been. If you don't let people know your experiences, they're going to do the same thing. I tell my children all the time, I'm going to tell you, if you want to be a fool and go and do it, baby, you go ahead. Because I've already told you. But then it's out of my hands.
Right,
But the
right.
hiding the stuff,
Yeah.
I'm not saying tell them everything. You don't have to, but tell them what's going to help them. Of course, if you say it's a hole in the middle of the street and they go and they walk in the hole, at least it's not on me, baby, because I told you. My daughter, she's 20 years old now. I told her 3 or 4 things I didn't agree with her doing. She did all 3. And guess what she's doing now? She is learning that sometimes mama knows best.
Yeah.
That's it.
We been there, done that,
That's
know.
it.
But you brought up the abortion thing. Symphony had that near
did.
call.
Near call. That's what you call it, a near call? Jesus.
Well, I'm trying
Get that wine, get that Moscato out.
I'm trying to put it nicely. So
There's nowhere to put it,
know, do you want to discuss
Oh,
that?
definitely,
that
definitely.
scene in that?
I tell these ladies, keep your dad one child, honey, because when that man leave you, that child's gonna be the one taking care of you. Go ahead. What you want to talk about? No, keep your child. Let it be your choice, or keep your child. I don't tell people what to do, but keep your child.
Right.
I know somebody that died, and they said they wish they kept their child because I was the only person that probably would have took care of them. They died alone. But go ahead.
Really? Oh, that's
why I'm on the side of the fence, because you do what you got to do. I don't tell people what to do.
I'm pro-choice because
do what's best for you, but don't let a man force you to do it. That's what I'm saying.
And the reason why I say that is because everybody shouldn't be a parent, and there's a lot of people who made the choice to keep their children, but then when the child doesn't keep the man, then the child becomes abused. And neglected.
I hate walking down the street and seeing these people the way they deal with kids.
So I don't want to.
Yeah, but give them up for adoption. Give them their chance. I just say if I just feel like if you grown enough to get in the bed and you using and you're not using contraceptives, you're gonna get a child. What is with this freaking people that go, oh, I'm pregnant. Oh, you had sex unprotected, dummy. Like, come on, like.
But every pregnancy isn't as a result.
Yeah,
of
that's true.
unprotected.
That's true.
Sometimes
so
it
you
does
do what
fail.
you got to do. Yeah.
Right.
No. But I'm saying the ones that consecutively. I can't. You could be my homegirl, but if you come and tell me you done had 8 abortions, I'm like, well, my God, Jesus, that's not a birth control pill. That is not a birth control pill. And I'm not dissing you, but I'm like, why are you putting your body through this? Then 9 years later, you want to get pregnant, and you can't understand. Well, you don't know what happened, or I'm just saying. I'm like you. I don't tell people what to do. My thing is, I'd rather this child be here and drive me damn crazy than to be like, I wonder if. You know what I'm saying? Because one, you ain't never going to know. But the other one, you could look at them and say, and then you could say, damn, I should have threw you in the toilet. And I'm just joking.
No.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
But it's a sensitive thing for me because I've had, a termination of pregnancy, and as a woman, like I said, I believe that women should be pro-choice and make that choice and have that choice taken away from you because, there are some, men in decision-making powers who would like to take that decision away from us as well as, feeling like the man should have some say-so in whether or not, she actually, has the baby or not. I don't want, even if it's my husband, I don't want him to be able to say, oh, I want you to have this baby, therefore you have to have this baby. Because why? If I don't have the emotional resources to take care of the child, then this, that's not the environment that you want to bring a child into. So that's why I just say, it should be pro-choice. And we should encourage
50-50 though, if that's your husband?
Huh?
If that's your husband, I'm just asking. If that's your husband and that's half his baby, half your baby, do you think
I'm a my body, my choice
still your
woman.
body?
My body, my choice.
Come on, honey. I ain't mad at you. I just wonder.
Because men will tell you
I'm gonna be there forever.
Not only that, they'll tell you that because based on their ego, and they want you to have a child because they want to keep you locked down, and they want to keep you. Oh well, if I've seen that coming up in the 80s where with the older men locking down young girls, and it's just like, okay, let me and they plan it out, and they plan it with their friends, and they said, "I'm there, yeah, I'm gonna give her a
Oh.
baby because she needs to slow her ass down."
Oh
And they will
wow.
sit up there and
Okay.
get a young girl pregnant to slow her ass down, keep her in the house
Wow.
while they go out and do whatever. And seeing
Wow.
that type of stuff, take place, and having that experience where I've seen
Get it.
men, just use babies to keep women in
Wow.
control in the house while they run around and do whatever it is that they need to do. No, I don't
I
think that it
get
should
it.
be just because it's your husband, just because
Wow.
it's your man, that, he should have a say so, because his motives may not be 100% sincere.
I
So
love it.
that's, yeah, yeah. So
No, that's
I'm
excellent.
a my body, my choice
And I
kind of
get it.
woman.
And
Yeah.
see, I'm coming from an emotional place because I'm a
Hmm.
motherly mother. I'm the
Right.
mother that tucks you in bed,
Hmm.
prays with you. I'm that's them. I love to being a mother. That
Hmm.
like that's everything to me. Like if I could have did it 5 more times, I would.
Right.
So I get it. And it's
Yeah.
like me thinking. And so no, I understand and I respect what you say.
Yeah, yeah, and I love being a mother, but I only have one son,
Okay.
and that's because I know what my limitations are, and I don't have the, like, people who have but like my mother having 6 kids. I don't know how, me six, no, and I don't have the emotional resources
Yes.
to give to 6 children.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that.
Somebody's gonna lack. Somebody's not gonna
Right,
get it. Yeah,
right.
you're
And
right.
I knew that about myself, that I wouldn't,
That's
and
excellent.
that children would get cheated because of the level of attention that I want to be able to provide, because on some levels I guess I'm almost like a perfectionist, and because I grew up um with 5 sisters, and knowing what those limitations were, and I said, you know what, I want to be able to give everything
That is
to
so
my,
responsible of
yeah,
you to
give
do.
everything. Well, I was in therapy from the time I was 16 years old, so I had a very good understanding of who I was and what type of parent I want to be. So because of that, that's why I made the conscious choice. So even though my partner wanted to have more kids, I just I don't,
I
we
wish that
wanted,
more people
yeah,
could hear that from you because some mothers, or
yeah.
fathers, you see them, you like, how the hell did you become a mother? You don't
Mhm.
even know how to talk to
Mm-mm.
your kid in the street. Like it
Yeah.
takes me, I don't want to get beat up, but I'd be like, how is she dragging this child in the street?
Yeah.
Y'all happy to get in the food stamps, you're happy you're getting this and that, but you're not happy to take care of this child, and
And it's
it,
and
it
it, it
irritates
and
me.
it's more than the financial
Yeah.
resources.
But
I
no,
knew
you saying
that.
the emotion. I love that.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
so
And
important.
it was very conscious, because you have to know what your emotional limitations are, your mental limitations, your spiritual limit. You have to know what these things are to be able to provide them to. And if you don't have it, and you're conscious that you don't have it, then you need to make the choice. And it was a very conscious decision of mine
That's another
not to have.
screwed up generation you
Right.
having if you don't have it because they
Right.
need that if they don't
Right.
get it.
And then my son, he was born preemie, so he required
Extra.
even more a level of attention, which I was 26 when I had him, and him being preemie, 1 pound 10 ounces, and
Mm,
the back and forth
to
and
the
the
hospital.
yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if you had 2 or 3 other kids at home to deal with
Exactly,
that. That would have been a lot.
exactly. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's really
That
good of
that's
you.
so that's why I just say, when it comes to making the abortion choice, it's my body, my choice, and the woman has to know where she is and what she's capable of handling, and I don't think any man has any say so in that. And I there's a lot of men who will disagree with me, and a lot of
Yes.
husbands who will disagree, because they feel like, okay, well, I should be able to have a say so as well, because if the woman wants to take him to court, and and have him for child support, then he should be able to say, well, I didn't want to have it, or I do want to have it. So therefore,
Hmm.
but sometimes life is not
No,
fair.
that's very no, that's very responsible of you. I definitely respect that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
just like we only look at, oh, can they afford them? It's a lot of other things that they
yeah,
need besides financial care.
yeah,
So emotional.
exactly.
I love it. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. So in the book, with Symphony, where was she when she started having children? Like, as far as emotionally, since we're on that.
She was good for the because Symphony, according to, I don't even know if it's in there, but her character basically, she was reading everything, ordering every book, how to be a
Mhm.
good mother. But I found out that being a good mother is natural. I
Yeah.
just, it is. You could order all the books in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could order, you could read every day. To me, it's just a natural, but it's not natural for everybody.
Right.
You understand? So
Right.
I just, my Leslie Marshall, it was natural for me. It was
Mm-hmm.
just, I didn't know I could love. I'm like, how do I breastfeed? Once that child latched on, that was
Mm-hmm.
just love for me. Like
Was that also because of her being the oldest of
I don't. My
everyone?
mother didn't breastfeed. My mother didn't breastfeed. So I mean, my mother, I could have been. I don't
No,
know.
I mean taking care of the younger siblings, so
It
maybe
could.
that
It could
was
be.
training for
It
her
could
own
be. But
kids.
I just. I don't know. I don't know why I love kids like that. I just
Mm-hmm.
always have loved children, and
Mm-hmm.
it could be. It could be. But I've always loved children, and I think that. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. My children are grown right now,
Mm-hmm.
honey, and I could do anything I want. No, I'm just joking.
No,
So,
but no,
because
with
sometimes I always
what?
argue with her. I'll be like, girl, I'll pop out another one real quick. Where's he at? Come on, I need one more. No, I'm joking. They like, are you
At this
crazy?
age,
You give
yeah,
up your
you go,
freedom?
go
But let me tell
ahead.
you
But
why I would. Let me tell you why I
why?
would.
Okay.
Because I just wanted that. I've always just wanted that mother,
Mm-hmm.
father, child experience. And I've never had it. I've never had it. I know everybody says it's overrated, but I just think like I just always wanted it, and I guess maybe I'll have to leave this life without it. But because I'm sure probably not going to do it now. I'm probably got 10 minutes left to do it. I probably got 10 minutes left, but I just wanted. It's certain things I just feel like I missed out on. You know, you just feel like, oh, I always wanted to do that. Like just be like a whole, stuff like that.
Okay, I hear you.
No,
I
because
hear you.
it's just like the 9 months might be a little hard and
Yeah.
trouble something, but
At this age,
I know
man.
they say, girl, you better travel the world. You better. My
Yes,
friends with kids, they're like,
yes.
are you crazy? But
My
I just
son is
think it's
about to
so
be 20. What
nice.
is it today? On the 26th of this month. He's about to be
2 more
20.
days.
Yeah. You think I'm a no,
No,
absolutely,
I probably
absolutely,
wouldn't.
absolutely
If an
not.
accident happened, no, I'm just joking. No,
Absolutely, no, absolutely.
ain't no accident
I can't
at this
imagine
age.
just going back
I
to
know that's the part I
changing
can't. And waking up in the
diapers
middle of the
and
night, yeah. Because I
yeah,
do have some friends with younger kids, and I'm like,
yeah,
I gotta get up at what time?
exactly.
I don't even want to get up and get my own self ready for work.
Yeah.
So yeah, you. Oh, and let me tell you this. Like this book right here.
Yes,
Mommy,
let's
do you
get to
work
that.
tonight? Right.
Let's get to that.
So, Mommy, do you work tonight? This is the book reminding you that it still takes a village, right?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants this book, you can contact me. You will love it. Mommy, do you work tonight? My son Denzel, he would ask me every day, Mommy, you work tonight? Because I worked in the hospital late night. But God is good. That's why I wrote most of these books. Right? And more
Yeah.
to go. I have poetry and everything.
Oh,
But this book, my grandmother was like, I was so fortunate. That's another thing with having babies. This is a
you
different
have to
day.
have a support
My
system.
grandmother, like I had my own place, but anytime I felt like going to my grandmother's, I could go. I could even say, oh, the heck with this apartment. We're staying over here with Granny so long. I could give up my house. I could give up my apartment, go by my grandmother, lock up, stay by her because she wanted the kids. And I believe the kids kept the elderly alive a little longer,
Right. Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother, oh my God, her and my son had such a great relationship. They'd be in because it was in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd have in the jacuzzi every night. And it's like, it's a difference. When I see my friends and they don't have any help,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, like, they don't have anybody to watch the kids. I quit jobs to be with my kids. I didn't want my kids in daycare because I didn't want any and everybody handling my kids.
Right.
I want to be with my kids. I want to spend time with them. I want to nurture them. I don't want them sucking nobody else's pacifier, blanket. I was
Right.
funny. I would leave my job. I'd be like, I need an extended lunch break. I'd be like, I go in there real quick. Excuse me, why is that child with my child's toy? Like
Mm-hmm.
I was crazy. And this is before Corona. Like this is 20 some years ago. I'm like, excuse me, I bought her 7 toys. Nobody else should be touching these toys. So this book is just a reminder that it really takes a village. And
Mm-hmm.
I want people to know that, if you see a mother with kids, it's easy to judge them and be
Mm-hmm.
like, why is she over there having them 10 kids anyway? You don't know people's
Right.
situation.
Right.
Try to be a blessing. Try to help out. See if you can't, I know you got to be crazy because you don't want to be touching anybody's kids or people getting the wrong idea. People saying, where's she going with my kids? Drop off some groceries,
Mm-hmm.
offer a babysitting. Miss, you want to go out for the night? I help you, especially this time when people are dealing with the children at home,
Mm-hmm.
doing the
The homeschooling.
God bless y'all.
What I say the
God
same
bless
thing.
y'all.
I don't even. I can't
And imagine having
imagine.
4 or 5 kids. 4 or
Exactly.
5.
I
You got
can't
4 or 5
imagine.
computers, different rooms. And
And
imagine
you
for the people
working
that
at
got
home.
2 bedrooms or 1 bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Where are these kids spread out? You have all these different I said, Lord have mercy. I said, Lord, maybe you
But
don't
you
want me to
as a
have no more
parent, you're
kids.
trying to work from home. So you're working from home and your kids are going to school at the same time. It's crazy. And like even in my household, my son is in college. He goes to St. John's. So he's doing his schooling online. I'm working from home. hubby's he's down in the basement, but we have the space
Space.
that we all
Everybody
three of us
doesn't
have.
have that.
Exactly. And I can't imagine the people who don't have that space, because even with me and my son, we're on the same level. And I'm in the dining room area. That's where my workstation is, and his room is right off of the dining room. So it's like, Ryan, close the door. I don't need to hear your professor. And it's like, he forgets, and I'm hearing his stuff, and it's crazy. And I can imagine the people who are in cramped up spaces and their kids. These kids are suffering.
Listen, I
You
lived in
know.
my mother's house when I had my first child. So my brothers and sisters they used to fight to want to hold my son.
Mm-hmm.
I would take him in his thing and put him in the bathroom when I bathed because that was my possession, my treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was touching him. But I can't imagine people who have to run to appointments, they have to do stuff and they have no help. It's like
Right.
that is the
Right.
worst. So it makes me appreciative and grateful too. Because I joke about having another child, but come on, I'm getting up there. I'm not having another child. But I see the difference,
Mm-hmm.
that is very important to have that village. And
Right.
sometimes I'm learning in these last 2 years, that village is not always going to be family.
Mm-hmm.
Every relative is not family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another tough lesson. That'll probably be in the next book. But it's something,
So
God
what's
is
give us
teaching me.
what's the next book? So what's to tell us?
I don't know.
Tell
Love
us.
is my favorite subject. Romance is one of my very favorite
Well, you're
subjects.
talking to me, the Intimacy Junkie. Let's
Listen,
talk about it.
girl.
You're gonna be here anyway, talking about the book. Let's
Love
give me the
is my
scoop.
favorite
Give me the
subject.
scoop.
I don't know, child, because I don't want to put nobody. This one's gonna have to be all fictional, honey. Because I tell you what, girl,
Fictional. Wink, wink.
God be letting this
Fictional.
stuff
All
happen
fictional.
to me, girl. I tell you what, it's gonna be all fictional. It's names. Let me read them something from the front of this book. I have to say, can I just tell them something really quick?
Yes, go ahead.
I have to say this funny part. I'm sorry, y'all. I just tell y'all, life is funny. And the names, the characters, the business, and the places will be just coming from the author's imagination. It won't be real. That's no. But listen, I thank
Wink,
God for
wink.
yeah, wink wink. No, because listen, people. I mean, love is a serious thing, but love to everybody is different. What
Mm-hmm.
you call love, what I call love,
Mm-hmm.
and I know God is love. I love God and everything, but what I'm just learning what I call love. Every man does not call love. Hidden love is not real love, honey.
What
Love's
what
got
what
to
do you
be
mean hidden love?
open and
Okay.
exposed. It
Okay.
needs to be shown. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna sit back and work. This is gonna be work on Leslie. Yeah, do everything what Leslie wants to do. I'm gonna give love a break because you know that song. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody, honey. So I'm gonna mind my business. Love is not my best friend right now,
What? No.
girl. We're not gonna talk about it.
No, we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about
We
it.
not gonna talk
Let's
about
talk
it. Crystal,
about it.
come get the lady.
Let's talk about it. Let's
No,
talk
but
about it.
love is good. Love is a
Yeah,
beautiful
it's
thing.
beautiful. I love love. I can talk
Girl.
about love
What you want to
all
say about
day.
love? Let me support you, girl. Let me support you in your love because I give up on love. I'm not giving up. I have other
No.
things I'm working on. I have other things I'm working
Besides,
on
what
besides.
else is there besides love?
I don't know. And Valentine. Oh, girl, we got to go.
Well, Valentine's Day, I just, you know what I mean? That's just one day, a day for people to make money, a holiday. That's no. I
Yeah,
just love
should
the
love every day.
intimacy, the the,
Yeah,
the connection,
yeah.
and especially in this time now, we need love, and our men need love, and they may not have the capacity or the capability. They need somebody to teach them, and we just have to have a little bit of patience
When
with
I'm
them.
alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
In the back of my mind.
I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl. No. You know what happened to me? My mom, I used to love listening to slow jams growing up, BLS
Oh
and
yes, yeah,
98.7. All
absolutely.
I did is listen to slow jams. So I think I was in love with love before I even knew
You
what the
know what?
hell it
And I
was,
tell
girl.
people that all
I
the
had
time.
no right singing
70s.
Do Me Baby by Melba Moore when I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
These songs that used to come on the Quiet Storm, I had no right to know them. And
You
now I
know,
listen to the words,
you
I
know
go,
what?
is that what I
70s
was
and
singing?
80s slow jams.
Come on.
If you listen to that, man, you love a different kind of way than these 90s slow
I don't
jams
know
where that's
what
all
that.
about sex
I
when
don't
R.
see
Kelly came
nothing
and took
wrong.
over,
Exactly.
and then
You're
ruined the
right.
whole
You're right.
entire thing.
And
But
that's why
70s is
that's why some of these guys, these younger guys, and even the old ones, if they could get away with it,
uh-huh.
they're like they go for this thing that's not real love. This is not real dating. What you're doing, you don't
Right,
even know how to
right.
do it right. But I tell you,
Exactly.
once you get a taste of gold, honey, you will not go back to anything less. Once you get a taste of platinum, I tell you that.
Mhm.
I will
I
tell you
think you
that.
need to expound on that a little
I
bit.
tell you that, girl. That's all I
So
can say.
no, no, no.
Can I
You
say
can say
something?
more.
Can
You
I
can say more.
can I
You can
say
say
something
more.
about my brother? What I really love him. His name is Mike. He's over here in the back. This is studio and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I have to say, he really made me happy one day. He probably doesn't remember this, but one day I asked him, we was talking on the phone. We didn't grow up together, but the love is there. I
Mhm.
love him. We don't see each other as much as we should, but I really love him. He's a great guy.
Mhm.
And he has a nice wife named Lisa, right?
Mhm.
And one day I said to him, I said, how do you know she's the one? And he said, because I don't want to be with nobody else. I don't want to cheat. I just want to be with. And I said, I want somebody to feel like that about me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
don't want to be with nobody else. And that's one of my prayers. When I pray, I have my long list of what I like.
Uh-huh.
And I thought I found him the other day, but I didn't. So I would just say that I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I
Mhm.
checked off 1,000 things, but one of the main things that has to matter wasn't there. So I'm getting
And
close.
what's the
God
main
is showing
thing?
me
And what's the main
He's got
thing?
to be available.
Oh. But you know what?
He's
Sometimes
got nine. I don't play them.
circumstances.
God bless your circumstance.
No, but what I no. Can I finish though?
Okay, go ahead.
But just because the external circumstances aren't ideal doesn't mean that love doesn't really exist.
Oh, the love exists there, honey.
You
Everything is
know?
perfect, but I can't.
Okay, well that's no, that's something different. I just everything doesn't always come wrapped
I
up in the
know.
in the way that we want it to come
I
wrapped
know,
up. But
but
you know
it
what I mean?
nah.
That doesn't mean that the love isn't
Oh, the
real.
love is real,
Okay.
honey. It's
Okay.
fire,
See?
like
See?
fire.
See? 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 Wait, wait, wait. Are we talking about love or are we talking about something else?
Both. Well, I wouldn't know about the something else, but I'm just
That
gonna
doesn't sound
say
like that though.
no. Let me tell you something. Wait, I
What
gotta
had
say
happened was, what had happened
no,
was,
because I have to tell you something, right?
well, tell me.
you could you could be with somebody like we talked about in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and I need my sparks to fly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit in no boring place and just be bored. I'm talking about when the sparks fly, when you gotta touch, you gotta see, you gotta
Yes,
feel, you just
yes.
wanna, baby, 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 baby,
Yes,
baby,
yes. But
baby,
you know
baby.
what? Sometimes that's unavailability is
Yeah,
what
honey.
causes that. I mean, even my mama done told me, the stories about, grown folks know. They know. So, don't.
You ever this is y'all probably not gonna like it. Y'all ever saw this? I'm a big romance fan. I love romance. I love love. What's your favorite romantic movie?
My favorite romantic.
Love story.
You know what? The re- I have a lot of different for a lot of different reasons, but off the top, what I can say is Brown Sugar, and that's because it incorporates hip hop, and because I'm a big hip hop head, so that's why I
That's
love.
an excellent love
You
story.
know what I mean? Because it
That's an
incorporates
excellent
hip
love
hop
story.
and the music, and yeah. So
If you were getting married, you married?
no, I'm not married. I don't. Well, that's a whole nother story. I'm
That's another show.
partnered. Yeah, I'm partnered for just going on what 20,
Nice.
21 years in
Nice.
March. But I don't believe in the concept of marriage. So,
Okay, I'm not gonna
but
fight you on it, but I want that. I need that. I
yeah.
would love
So,
it if it's
mhm,
God's will. So, if you believed in in your partnership,
mhm.
do you feel love is an emotion, a feeling, or do you think love is a choice?
Love is an energy. Okay, it's the energy that exists at the apex of appreciation, gratitude, admiration, and adoration. So,
If you didn't feel that energy,
mhm.
would the person be a consideration?
If I didn't, no,
You
no.
have to have that energy is
Yeah,
important, right?
yeah, that energy.
What if
But
they had a
but
$1 million?
no, no.
Doesn't
Money,
matter.
no, money means absolutely nothing to me. So because I'm an intimacy junkie and that energy has to exist. But I also believe that it's a choice. And because I'm love and I'm of love, that energy will exist because it's within me.
Do you think you can make that energy come if it's not there, or it's an automatic thing? That's what I mean. You think it's like it's there, or is it something you could work on? That's what I mean.
That's a good.
Like you can make it happen. Like you know how you take two sticks and rub together and make the fire,
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so because why I say that is because with the of arranged marriages. So
Mm.
I believe that when you're with your partner,
You can
you're
make it. You can make it happen.
right. You can make it happen because
Yeah.
you're with a partner to fulfill a bigger purpose. So, and then
I agree
that
100%.
once you have that
You can
level of
make it. You can
understanding,
make it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And I agree 100%. I think that some things is and I think you don't want anything right now without it having purpose or
Exactly.
vision. Y'all growing, you
Exactly.
going in the same way. But I still believe I have to have that. I need that I need that. I have to have that, or it's not even gonna start.
But I believe that's where the choice comes in.
Yeah.
That this is the person you choose to share your love with.
Yeah.
So I can make that choice because I'm love, and everything about me is love. I'm making this conscious choice to share that aspect of who I am with you.
That's why I think love is a choice. Because on the day
Mhm.
that you're getting on my last nerves and I want to hit you in your head, I
Mhm.
choose to love you. I choose to stay. I
Correct.
choose to rub your
Correct.
back. You understand?
Correct.
I choose to, you're sick and I don't choose to walk by without getting you a cup of tea. Like I
Right.
choose because I made that choice.
Right.
And that's why I shot Mike out. Not because he's my brother, but I just I love to see real relationships where
Mhm.
people are happy and they're moving. It would be nice to be married, but even if you're not, they're moving and grooving in the same direction. You understand?
I think what it is you have to find somebody that you value enough to make that choice
I like that.
every single
Day.
day.
Come on.
That this is what I'm going to choose to love you, even though it gets difficult, even though it gets challenging, even
Yes.
though we fall out of alignment. I'm
Yes.
going to choose to work
And I
on
choose to
realigning.
work instead of
Mm-hmm.
going out there and messing with somebody else or dealing with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? That's what I think. Like,
Okay.
I think that's when maturity steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that sometimes you might date somebody and you prepare them for the next person. It's very sad.
Absolutely.
It's heartbreaking to know
Mm-hmm.
that you put in the work and then they're going to go experience, but I've seen it.
But you know what? Even I don't believe in monogamy. I don't believe monogamy is actually natural. So I
Well, I
don't.
got a few men that would love to meet. No, I'm just
I believe that also is a choice. So people.
girl, you want me to be Muslim?
No,
No, I'm joking. I'm teasing.
I
I'm
know,
teasing.
I hear
I
you.
know
But
somebody
I
that want me to
believe
be
I
that
don't. But
too.
no, I don't believe that monogamy is not natural. People choose, just like you can choose to be vegetarian or vegan or whatever else. You choose to be monogamous, and just because someone makes a choice not to be monogamous doesn't mean that their love or how they choose to love is any less valuable than somebody who makes that choice to be monogamous. So I and I
If you're hiding it, then yes.
right,
If you
right,
have to
and
hide
that
it, then you
right.
think something
But
is wrong with it. But
I
if you
think
open with it, then fine. It should be fine.
and I think the reason why a lot of people hide that is because people are very judgmental,
We are.
and once people understand that, you know what, that's why the conversation surrounding love is so important, and how people choose to love, and there's different ways
It's true.
to love, and once people start talking about it more, then people will be less
I
judgmental.
like that.
Yeah, so it's like, I identify as polyamorous. So and because I'm an intimacy junkie, I have the ability to connect to multiple people, and to form deep, intimate connections with multiple people. And I can make the choice to love multiple people simultaneously. Whether or not that translates to sexual relationships, that's a completely and totally different story. And that's a different choice to make. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do choose to love multiple people simultaneously, and I
Wow.
choose to connect to, because I believe that when you uh, form relationships, or when you have these experiences with people, when you have these deep connections, it enhances the experience.
Yeah.
So even with you, we're just meeting each other, and like you said, you never met a stranger. It's similar to
The
that,
energy.
right? And you want to connect to people on a deep on deep levels. I don't like to have shallow relationships, whether it's people with the same sex, opposite sex. I don't like any relationship to be shallow. You know what I mean? So that's why I call myself the intimacy
I
junkie. And
love it.
that's why, I'm polyamorous, but it doesn't have to be sexual relationship,
Right.
and it doesn't have to be any level of sexual attraction at all.
I
But
love it.
I want deep connections because it enhances the experience that you have with people. And people want to be understood.
They
You
do.
know what I mean? So it's like nobody wants to have someone who they call a friend who really doesn't understand who they are. You know what I mean? So you want someone who's going to understand you, who knows you, and who's not going to judge you for who you are and the journey that you're on.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but like I said, and with that, Like, I just don't believe that, monogamy is a natural thing. So I don't judge anyone. But like you said, it's about being ethical, and that's about being honest
And
about that.
responsible.
Right. And being responsible with that. So I believe that if you're going to be, non-monogamous, that you have to be ethical about it and just say, you know what, I do not make the choice to be monogamous.
And both parties
I-
should know.
exactly.
Should find out.
Right. Right. That's not
Okay,
something.
this is okay. I
Right.
agree to this. I'll sign here on the dotted line.
Exactly, exactly. And I think once people start talking about love and their different versions and their different understanding of love, then more people can be realistic about it. Because I think people will make the choice. If you know that from off the bat that somebody couldn't be monogamous, but this person still loves you in a genuine way, why would you give that up just because that person can't be or chooses not to just be with just you alone, but their love is sincere and their love is genuine? That's ego, you know what I mean? And I don't, what this show is about and what I believe is that relationships should be spiritually based and not ego driven. So if someone loves me, just because you love somebody else, that's okay. But I know that when we're here and we're interacting and we're engaging, that this love is real and this love is sincere, and it has nothing to do with any other interactions that you have with anybody else.
So I need you to block your number because I know like 5 guys that I know that's probably gonna call you when they see this interview. They're gonna be like, see, why you can't be like her? I want you to be like her, right?
Yeah.
So,
But
get ready for it.
mm,
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. It's coming, okay? So
whatever.
it is coming, lady. But yes, I thank you so much.
But when you write that next book,
Yes, ma'am.
you'll be right here.
I will be right here. Could you tell me to put on my sexy shirt like you? Because if I knew I'm coming from church, I would have put on my sexy shirt. I got a little tiny bit too. I wouldn't want to look cute.
Next time.
The books is blocking. They can't see on the camera.
Oh, they
They
can't.
can't see a sexy shirt.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
why
Y'all
see?
gotta
Oh,
this
see.
shirt, honey.
So why would you do me like that? Why would you have it that
show
you
is
that you
beautiful.
can't see my shirt?
Listen, y'all gotta see this lady's shirt because this is. Are they still blocking? Can they see? Can they see her?
I have my corset on. Like Bridgerton. Have you been watching Bridgerton? My Bridgerton corset. But yeah. So you know what? Maybe I should have you on one of my shows
I would love to come back.
and we just talk about love.
I would love to talk about
And we can
love.
talk about love in a generic way that's not personal. Wink,
There you
wink.
go. We will never talk about it in a personal level. We will never talk about it in a personal level. Never, never, never. But I thank you so much for having me
No,
here
I
today.
thank you. This was a great show. I've never done the one-on-one interview, and
Oh.
you made this a great experience for
Oh,
me.
you
Thank
made
you.
it great for me.
The book
Thank you.
is great. Everyone, go to Amazon right now.
Please.
If I knew then, Mommy, do you work tonight? Is that also on
They can
Amazon?
contact me.
Yeah. Go right now. Get this book right now.
Please go right now. If you get it, you will be touched. You will be blessed. You will help somebody. I thank you so much for your support. If I knew then, Leslie Tanae Marshall, and I am available for, because of the pandemic, Zoom speaking engagements, right? Unless you have a clear space, we'll come and speak. But yes, this has been a wonderful interview. Beautiful studio. I love it here. Thanks so much for having me. And your show is so nice.
But you'll be back. You'll be back on
definitely be
whatever
back.
project that you're working on.
I definitely will be back.
You'll come here and discuss it.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's been a blessing. You're a beauty. I
Oh,
thank
so
you.
are you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, and I am Sesheta Khepra, the Intimacy Junkie, and this is SoulShare and signing out. Deuces.
That was nice.